Isolation Nation, how are ya? I'm not Ben, I'm Steve. Couple quick housekeeping things first. Ben and Rachel are not able to be here today. We've got Queen Jarrett filling in for Rachel. Ben, we're not sure if he's going to pop in or not. He's working on a big political thing, as he does, and so he's been a little bit busy. But that out of the way, thank you so much for joining us here at the Social Distancing Social Club. And as always, if you want to support us, you can do so. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You could PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube. And I did want to tell you guys something, but before I do, I want to introduce the second leg of the zero-legged tripod. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Bowers, everybody. Chris Bowers.
Is that a small dick joke, Steve? Hey, how we doing? I'm excited to be here. We're fired up. You look like you're in Hoth. We'll talk about that later. But I want to introduce Queen Jarrett very quickly. Princess Jarrett is here. How you doing, Jarrett?
How's it going? Great to be back.
We're excited you're here. We're excited you're here.
Now that you guys are on the screen, I just wanted to say it's so amazing. I didn't get a chance to watch Saturday's episode, but I heard you guys raised so much money for a food bank, and I think that is just wonderful. Apparently I'm supposed to rap or something. I'm supposed to do a rap. I don't know. But I just think the pure charity that you guys demonstrated is just wonderful. Giving, caring, it's really impressive. No malice whatsoever. Just a bunch of very loving, wonderful people.
Oh, I guess you did watch the episode.
I watched the first 40 minutes of it, but then Jarrett came on, so I shut it off. So
I deserve that.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Yeah, that was a prank that went a little sideways, but I think it's going to be fun. We've already got some quotes. And you've already given your keys to Rachel, and you've already left the city. So you're kind of fucked. So you know what's going to happen. You just don't know when or where.
Yep. I also know that car is leased. So just to be able to put it back to normal.
Well, we're making sure that the cost includes the wrapping and unwrapping. We're paying for both up front, so that. But anyway, my question is: if we would have wrapped your rental car, how long would you have driven it wrapped in Steve Hofstetter memorabilia and merch before you had to take it off?
It depends. If you guys wrapped it in my stuff, I would have undone it immediately out of security concern. I do not ever want people knowing where I am. Which is weird because I do have my window behind me. But if you guys had done the prank where you guys made it about you instead, I would have left it up the whole trip.
That's good to know. It's good to know.
Damn it. Yeah, I actually
recorded that, right, Taylor? We have that on tape. If we need to go back and show that, okay, cool.
I also want to clarify something. I saw because when I was at the John Cleese show, I tuned in for a minute just to be okay, everything's going well, great. So I tuned in for a minute. And when I did that, I saw you guys joking around about how this is a great show without Steve. And so I texted Rachel. I mean, it was fine. I was hosting for John Cleese. I don't give a fuck about you guys. But what I did is I texted Rachel and I said, say that I tipped the show $5 and said, I enjoy it better this way also, which would be a fun thing. Me being like, hey, I'm happy to not be here. And instead, she read it the way she read it, which both made no sense and made all the sense because it was Rachel. So I should not have included stage directions. I should have just said the quote. That's my fault.
Yeah, she did kind of fuck you on that one, but it was funny. It worked out. I thought it made total sense. She knew what you were supposed to do. She knew what you wanted her to say, and she just didn't.
Yeah, and by the way, my background, this is, I've noticed it's colder outside of LA.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's a lot colder. Also, green screens in hotels seem to be fading in and out depending on where I position my head. Oh, there it is. There's okay, all right.
So where are you in the world? Are these security concerns? You can't even tell us, like, give us a quadrant of the country that you're in.
No, that's fine. I'm about 20 minutes outside of Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid cities a little bit more. Like, on one hand, I don't want to stop in rural places because that's where people don't seem to believe in science and they think that the virus that killed their maw is still a myth. Sorry, they're Meemaw. But then in a city, you still have some of those people and they're closer to you, so it's worse. So I'm basically trying to stay in the suburbs of cities. I figure that's the safest. But yesterday, I'm on the road for an hour. I stop off at a grocery store to get a case of water, and I'm one county outside of Los Angeles. All right?
Mhm.
And I go to the grocery store, and there are all the signs of, like, you must wear a mask. You will not be admitted without a mask. And, of course, there is a woman shopping without a mask. So I just go, hey, miss, your mask. And she gives me a dirty look. And then I just go, really? And the reason I said that is I wanted to provoke her because I had such a fucking comeback because I really wanted to say someone with fake tits should believe in science a little more. But I didn't.
You know, Steve, if you could just let a little thing go every now and again, maybe you could tell people where you lived. That's just my thought. Maybe you have to call out every injustice every second. You could have your address on the internet without afraid that a SEAL Team 6 member or that fucking old filly was going to kill you.
That's not an injustice, though. That is someone who is probably making other people ill. Like if it was someone like, look, I passed by people with Trump shirts. I didn't say shit to them. To me, that's a little injustice. But like, put the fucking mask on. That's important to all of us.
Huh? That's fair. That's fair.
Agreed.
So outside of Vegas. All right, cool. So, but you're not doing anything.
You're like, so narrow it down. Are there swords behind you? How do we find you?
I just want to find your rental car. I hope it's low jack. Did you get it from Thrifty? Because I know a guy. Anyway, we're gonna find you somewhere in the Midwest and wrap your truck, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Bowers, did I get a rental car from Thrifty?
That's a yes.
No, that is absolutely fucking not. I'm doing better than Thrifty rental car.
Oh, I didn't know it was highfalutin. I didn't realize you paid extra just to be to have the Hertz keys like a dick. That's fun.
No, I paid extra so that, like, if something happens to the car, like, I've dealt with this before. I had the alternator completely stop functioning on a car where, like, if you turn it on, just the steering wheel was completely locked, and because it was with one of the lesser companies, they were just like, well, I guess you have to tow it to us. I'm like, no, you have to tow it to you. You tow it to you. Stuff like that. I had one completely break down in the middle of a highway, and they tried to charge me $12,000 because I broke the car. Like, so
I had a buddy, and he's kind of
$8 a day, Bowers.
He was a kind of a shady dick, but he drove a Ford Taurus because it was the most likely rented rental car. And whenever something would go wrong in his car, he would just rent a Ford Taurus and flip the part. So he would, like, take the tires off, put it on. Or he would switch the alternator.
There's a very low-key way you can do that with hotels. You just take all your burnt-out light bulbs and switch them with hotel light bulbs.
Sure. Switch your lamps. If you don't like your lamps anymore, flip those over. They're not going to know. If you bring a regular television, you're not going to know that you switch the television. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
The problem is bringing that big bulky one with the back. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the TVs in hotels suck, but eventually they'll get through them. We did have a fun overnight game. We had a fun overnight game with the fans. Apparently Dina loves Norwal's, so it was Norwal sing-alongs. Take a song and put Norwal in it. Taminator had he's a real Norwal man living in a Norwal land. I thought that was good. I'm bad at singing. Jeremy Day had and I wore Norwal always love you. That was good. But my favorite was Barrelhead. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. After all, you're my one Norwal.
Nice.
And that would work perfectly. So I love it. What's today's game, Steve?
There's
You
actually a
forgot to post.
narwhal couple staying in the room next to me. Fun. Today's game, because we are Benless right now, like you guys did to me, you sons of bitches, like you guys did to me, we're going to Ben a movie. So some examples, and it could be Ben's name or anything about Ben. So, for instance, 3 Ben and a Baby, or Henry Horse the Eighth, or Ben Things I Hate About You. Any of those. What you do, as always,
there's
to play
a comma
the game.
in that one. It's Ben, comma, things I hate about you.
Yeah, Ben, Things I Hate About You, and it's all of his stuff. So take your best and throw it in the comments on any of our streams, whether it is Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. Also, if you want to actually have a chance of winning, as well as have a much better chance of being read on the end of the show, what you can do is you can throw yours in with a tip, whether that is a super chat, a Venmo, or a PayPal, at least $5, and we'll get to those at the end. And speaking of that, by the way, I would just like to point out that every last one of you said our Venmo is in the top left on Saturday.
I've never seen the show except on Zoom, so I don't know where any of the. I've just never
Listen
watched
to
it
a
on
damn
YouTube.
word I've said. That's also.
I listen. Well, I mean, yeah, we don't have to. I trust you're gonna get it right, Steve. So I don't have to know your part. That's what we fucked up.
All right, fair enough. Well, here's a thing that I'm gonna do on time that no one's ever done on time before. Let's introduce the crowd, everybody.
Hey, there we
Video
go.
front row. Throw your cameras on. We're always happy to have you. If you want to join the video front row in the future, you can do so at sdscshow.com, or by being part of our Patreon, which is patreon.com/sdsc. So that said, let's introduce everybody. Gave you some time to throw on your cameras. We got a whole bunch of people in the front row right now. I was guessing some of you, I don't know if this is true, but I thought some of you might be here to see how I reacted to the rap. So anyway, we've got Chris LaBelle with the whole world in his hands.
That's his prop he got from Ben from the auction. It's already been mailed out since I'm in charge of the mailing. It doesn't take 6 months.
Nice, nicely done. We have Jeremy Day coming to us from the set of the Illuminati. We have Tam Chill G representing Rachel. Look at this. Look at this. That's awesome. Is that Frida Kahlo and Rachel? Fantastic. We've got crowns out for Queen Rachel Leedy. Drawing already. Ooh, drew a Jeff Dye baseball card real quick.
She got hers in the mail too.
We've got Sean Ehrlich joining us. No bandana, different angle. What is happening? Everything's different. We've got Dave Adler in front of the public library behind him. We've got Yes, He's Eating joining us. Rob still having no idea where his camera is. We have Mrs. Dina Punisher listening to a better show on her headphones. Ryan Slivko with the plaid couch. Is that a plaid couch? I don't know what, but there's a lot
That's
of
the
stuff
actual
behind-
couch. That's the actual couch from Roseanne. He's all about memorabilia. Couch from the show.
So coming to us from the set of Roseanne, we've got Tom Turner coming to us from not a cartoon at all, but a real life actual place. This is the room he lives in. We have speech angles coming to us from Rachel's tortilla on the wall. I don't think that's a blanket. I think that's just a giant tortilla. We have Raz Gallagher. Oh my God, everybody is cosplaying as Rachel. This is fantastic. Not here, making it so much funnier. We have August Gus Walsh in front of what I hope you don't do to my car. We have Dana Z. Bunster, our main fan. That's a pun. We have Courtney Smith, who was never in Melrose Place. Let's get that clear. Not in Melrose Place until the reboot. She did a brief cameo. We have Dan Skittles Johnson coming to us from a mobile location. She is walking around a lot. It is making me a little bit queasy. We have Jennifer Story right there, waving hello from her, about to tell us a story. We have Jerry Stockton representing the one Seattle team that ever makes the playoffs. We have and Jessica Keibel. Is that a beanie? I can't tell. It's a hat and with the angle is that? Oh, it says I voted. Nicely done. I hope I got everybody there. I don't know if anyone had their cameras off. There's one person that says yes, he's eating with the camera. But either way, I think I got everybody. We did it. Suck it, Ben. That's not as difficult as you make it out to be.
Awesome. We have 2 great comics, and this week is going to be a killer week. You guys are going to love all the comics we have this week. And today we start off with a bang. We have Kristin Key is with us. Kristin, how you doing?
Yeah. Woohoo!
Hey, I'm 20 miles outside of Vegas. Hi, guys. Oh, I can't lie to you. I'm in my living room. What?
Well, not wrong about the couch. That's actually the Roseanne couch. Look
That
behind.
is the Roseanne couch. Yeah, that's it. That's where I live.
Nice.
On a TV set.
And we have I mean, it's amazing. It's the same couch.
Ed, get out of my house! I'm not wearing pants. Get out of here.
He's recreated the Roseanne set amazingly. That's great. We also have Brett Druck is here. Brett Druck is here.
Hey. I'm the sexiest girl on the East Coast. I didn't really plan what I was supposed to say in that moment, but it came out.
I like that you that you made your blanket say SDSC by pushing the grain of the fabric the right way.
I knew somebody would notice.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Classy.
Nicely done. Or he just has a very intelligent Roomba.
Yeah, it climbs curtains.
That's a curtain. I always thought that was a bedspread.
It's a blanket.
And a curtain.
I'm in a
Comics use blankets for curtains, for bedspreads, for car covers.
companionship.
Yeah. To hide under after a bad show. We do all sorts of things with blankets.
Exactly. Brett, I actually had the most fun autocorrect I've had in a while when he texted me, because apparently I had booked him for the show on Sunday accidentally. I text Sunday just because my brain was crazy, and he said, when you said Sunday, did you mean Tuesday? If you meant Tuesday, or if you meant today, I didn't get the Zoom link. Yeah, I'm going to use my powers of seduction and assume you meant Tuesday. Right answer.
Oh,
It wasn't a typo. That was not a typo.
Wait, hold on. So he said so what he meant was he's going to use his powers of seduction and assume you meant Wednesday. That's
Yes. He uses power of seduction to know that it's Tuesday. That was.
I tried to seduce the correct time out of Bowers.
And you got it, man. I took my pants off and told you what time it was. So
That sounds like a threat.
Get ready for Ed to come over.
it's true. Like
I'm also worried that it's like used it as a sundial.
that's how he drew. That's how he got the letters in his blanket. All right. He uses powers of seduction to put SDNC on his blanket. Don't pan over past that C. It's not going to be pretty.
What is he looking for? I'm afraid.
If you get a blacklight, it has his tip link written there.
It's ironically written by his tip link.
I hope I get a lot of tips today.
You're putting those tips to good use, Brett.
Queen Jarrett. Speaking of tips, Queen Jarrett, we have anything coming in?
No tips yet. A couple of game entries, but that's it.
You motherfuckers don't want to wrap Gleeb's car? He's still in LA. He just parks it right outside his driveway, and he sleeps till like 5 p.m. We can get away with this.
Yeah, we totally could. Yeah. Or maybe put a cover on his pool that had a fun logo on. Steve, here's my question. So you said you'd drive around with our stuff for the whole tour. The third place idea was to wrap it in Air Canada. How long would you drive around with an Air Canada truck?
Oh, I would total it. Which would actually be the first time Air Canada anything got to its destination. So. You know what I would do? I would race Air Canada planes.
What you do is you just go to the airport and it says, if you take this truck, I'll get you there faster than Air Canada will. There was a comic in Indianapolis, an old guy that had a fucking old cab, and he would just drive it around, and he would drive it to gigs, and he would just pick people up on the way and make $20 on the way to the gig every time. until he got too many DUIs, and they took the cab away. But oh, Kristin, that's a story we want to hear about. I mentioned your story about almost dying in the open micer car wreck last week.
Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah. How much of it you want to hear?
I'd like to hear it. It's great.
Okay, so I was in Tacoma. I was in Tacoma doing 2 shows. I was 0.32 blood alcohol when they took my blood temperature at the hospital. Before I quit drinking. No,
Kristin,
my opener.
It's called blood purchase.
Blood pressure. Thank you for seducing that. So, no, I was too drunk to walk to my hotel, so I was supposed to get a ride with a bartender who was taking too long. He was like, "I'll be 5 minutes." I was like, "Fuck off!" So I took a ride with the drunk opener who had his dad's Corvette. He was like, "You want to go for a ride?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." And then we went through a wall, and the car caught fire. And I was so drunk that I turned into a hero, and I got me out of the car. I pulled him from the burning car, and I kept going back to the car to get more items I thought I couldn't live without.
You went to a burning car to get your merch? That is awesome.
I did, actually. I got my T-shirts, the change in the ashtray. I had Taco Bell! You know.
I also love that you just glossed over, and then we went through a wall and the car was on fire. And you just...
I don't remember much of that.
If your story was a Michael Bay movie, it would have been the opposite. It would have been 90% just watching a car go through a wall on fire and a little bit of character development.
Doves come out of the wall somehow. Like, why were there doves in that wall? I don't know.
Yeah.
There were
They
no
went to a
we
pet
killed
store.
those doves. Those doves died. We killed all the doves. We hit them all. And then...
What are you, a windmill?
Caused some cancer. We hit some doves. Everything's fine. We're turning a curve. Then I was so drunk too that when the ambulance came and they were trying to help me, I tried to fight them because they were trying to cut my jacket off, and I'd just gotten this really nice blazer. And I was like, "Quit! You're just trying to use your fancy scissors." And this lady was like, I went to paramedic school. I know how much they like cutting things off because I loved it. And they were like, she was like, "Ma'am, it's covered in blood." I was like, "Whose blood?" And she was like, "Your blood." I was like, "Oh my God, get it off, get it off." So it was the worst. It was the worst.
Whose blood would have made you want to keep it on?
Which one?
It just didn't occur to me that there would be blood. Like, just a little fender bender.
Did you not ever see the movie? There will be blood.
It's a good thing you ended up okay, because you could have ended up in Tacoma.
Oh, my poor driver. He had to stay there. Yeah.
If it was an
Instead,
opener-
she ended up in the coma.
That was what I was trying to get across, but people just thought I was shitting on Tacoma.
I honestly thought
Rightly
that's
so.
what you were doing.
Rightly so.
Yeah, no, I set you up. You spiked it. That's good.
Not the setter though. Never would have scored. So thank you. By the way, we do have a couple generals coming in. I saw on the Venmo. I just want to let that go. We've got Andrea Gordon paid tip $5 and said, "Can someone make me an audio clip of Steve exclaiming, 'No, you tow it to you,' that I can use when I get text messages? Thank you." And then Dana threw in $10 and said, "Who is this Steve guy?" And by the way, Dana, I've been trying to figure that out for 4 months.
So far, he's got, "I hate Air Canada, I can't ride a bike."
This has all been a self-exploration. I am just trying to seduce who I really am. Which also I am by myself during the pandemic, so that is true.
Terrifying.
Personal seduction.
That's horrible.
Are we caught? We got anything else coming in, Jared or Steve? Are we caught up?
I got a couple of tips that came in. One general tip from Sherilee Hargreaves. She sent looks like £2. Steve, it's more fun if it's your car. This is we're not gonna do this to Ben's car. It's funny if we do it to your car.
No, I totally understand why.
Yeah.
I think maybe we wrap your car in all your Steve Hofstetter stuff, and we just park it somewhere prominent in LA, and you have to come back to get all the stickers off of it. That sounds fun.
I think. Okay, wait. No, I'm trying to think of what would bother me and Ben at the same time.
Oh.
What if you compact Ben's car and then wrap Steve's car in it?
That would definitely bother us both at the same time.
We wrap Steve's car and park it in Ben's driveway. I think is the easiest way to do this.
Oh, here's how to bother us both. Put Ben's YouTube URL on it. That would bother me. And then put his subscriber count. That would bother him.
I like it. There we go. All right, let's get to a comic then. Let's get to a comic. Voted favorite by the fans the other day in our Zoom, our private Zoom.
Shut up.
It's the favorite of the show. Sorry, Brett, but you're second. But right now, Kristin Key, everybody.
Oh, you guys! We're number one. We're number one. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. It's good to be back on. Last time I was on with a guy named Mike who kept like saying a number and then tips would come in for that amount. And I thought it was so tacky. And I'm gonna give you 15 reasons why. I don't know if you noticed that he said like 39. I was like, oh, I'm not worth that. 15. I tell you, I almost didn't come on the show today. I was super scared because I heard the show was cursed. Did you guys not hear that the show was cursed? Might not have. I heard it on lesbian Facebook. It's a lot like Black Twitter, but there's a lot more advertisements for natural deodorant. And the Integral Girls play live a lot. But anyway, on lesbian Facebook, there was a chain email and a chain message, and it came to my messages, and it said, if I don't send this message to 15 other people, then the Social Distancing Social Club will be cursed. And I didn't send it because I was like, fuck those guys. I want to see what'll happen. Ooh, so the show has been cursed. Sorry, the show has been hexed by one of Bauer's lesbian exes. Way to go, Dick. Pissed off a Wiccan. She said, well, Bowers loves his food, so I'll curse it good. Now all his hot dogs will taste like fruit. And the Social Distancing Social Club is cursed. It's a hex from an ex, and oh, they're the worst. Not one host is safe, cause Bowers made a lesbian go both ways. Now the Social Distancing Social Club is cursed. He said, I cursed Steve with 100 sales when all his inventory's gone, and to own a heckler better than ever, but his camera wasn't on. And Ben I curse with a sound check, and all his props go missing. And when he yells, did you hear that, Carmel? She's never listening. He said, may Rachel not be able to pronounce the names in the chat. I said, well, Rachel's already really bad at that. Well, okay. But now she has a rash. We have to do something. Curses are bad luck. And the only way to break this curse is to tip Kristin $15. The Social Distancing Social Club is cursed. It's a hex from an ex, and my God, they're the worst. Not a host is safe, cause Bowers got a lesbian to go both ways, and the Social Distancing Social Club is ask her so. Thank you very much.
Kristin Key, everybody.
Gotta say, that song is gonna get mixed reactions when you just do it at a random live show.
Yeah, I've got a fundraiser for the Silver Lake Chamber of Commerce tomorrow, and they're not gonna like it the same way.
I'd be very confused. That was
Bowers?
absolutely awesome. Tip jar is open as always. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. Right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal, snscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on YouTube. How many times do I have to say there's always a right answer for you guys? Oh, but left. Anyway, throw in your tips for Kristin. Apparently, we need $15 to remove the curse.
That's
Kristin,
all. Yeah,
Kristin,
keeping
as
it
someone
classy.
who also occasionally gets 0.32 drunk, have we hooked up? That was a
Hey,
joke.
it's been a while. I haven't gotten 0.32 drunk in over 4 years now, but that was a regular thing for me back then. I know we spent there was one night where I was in Dayton, Ohio, and we were looking for you for a while, and someone that worked there was like, oh, Bowers sometimes just goes somewhere, falls asleep. He'll come wandering in a while going, where's pizza? And no shit. Like 10 minutes later, you're like, where's pizza? We're like,
We were in Bloomington, Illinois once, and they lost me for like an hour. It was winter. It was snowing. They found me in the middle of a public park with a full large pizza by myself, just eating.
he's got a pattern. He's very consistent. My wife always said, I used to say I had two catchphrases. One was all is well, which it never was. And two was, what could possibly go wrong? And things usually did. But yeah, those things started coming out. Things are about to go off the rails.
It's all part of it was one of mine. Like, so when somebody's throwing up, okay, it's all part of it, man. That's how it works. Can't live on the edge without falling off every now and again. Am I right?
Sometimes you get the
all
bear,
being
sometimes
part
the
of
bear
it
gets
is why I
you.
don't drink. Like that's... we got some tips coming in.
Two morning afters. What do we got?
What?
We got
sure
some
do.
tips coming in. Looks like they're all for everyone but Kristin. That's
What?
because
Because the show is cursed. Damn.
Lilith M kicked in $10 and said Kristin for being awesome. And Kim Stewart throwing $15 to try to get rid of the curse and said Kristin hysterical. I needed this today. Those are some game entries. And then Kristin got tipped by Tam. $15 says Kristin, best song ever. By the way, I saw the whole best show ever thing that you guys were doing yesterday. Could you at least say this one was the second best ever, just to needle Ben a little? All right, and then Gus Walsh threw in $15 and said, love you so much. Didn't specify it's to Kristin. I will assume that's for Brett.
That's for me. Nobody take it. It's mine. But for the future of the show, any 15s are mine.
From now on.
Dana kicked in another 15 and said 15 reasons why Kristin is the best.
Aw, thanks, Dana.
And we also got Josepha Snyder threw in another $15 and said, Kristin, for your curse song.
Aw, thanks. Well, I think we're really breaking that curse. We're turning a curse.
Yeah, I don't know if this show is cursed, but we do curse a whole lot. Like that's
Yeah.
There's some cursing. I don't know.
Right.
We
Send
won't
us
know
some
for sure
purse.
until Bowers eats a hot dog. So we'll know real soon.
That's actually one of the things that pisses me off about Big Food, right? Like, I just think they could make broccoli taste like pizza if they wanted to. They just don't because they're dicks.
Big food? Like, do you think there's a conspiracy with like farmers or God? Like,
Oh, yeah, Big Food, Big
whoever
Farmer,
makes
Big
broccoli.
Carrot. Big Carrot has been trying for years to convince us their shit's good for you.
Hey, big
Now,
broccoli, you suck.
Big Food is just what Bowers calls his butcher. Like, hey, Big Food, can I get some meat?
When people say big pharma, Bowers thinks they're talking about vegetables.
Yes. I'm so against it. Am I not supposed to vote against Prop 48 now? I don't know what's going on.
Bowers is like, how large is this farmer?
I think big farmer's a thing. I mean, it's the oldest profession other than prostitution. So if you're the farming, the oldest thing we ever did to make money, wouldn't it make sense that all those dudes would try to convince you their product made you live forever? I think it's all bullshit, man. That's why I don't eat vegetables.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the chat. I love it when you call me Big Broccoli.
Bowers is like, I love it when you call me Big Popeyes.
Just pictured him having sex with a vegan, and they're both shouting those things. Call me Big Broccoli. Call me Big Popeyes. Both disappointing.
I would never have sex with a vegan.
Also, if she's like, call me Big Broccoli, Bowers is like, could you shave?
Oh, wow. Put cheese on it, one of the two.
All right, we got some generals coming in.
I got you better than that. I got a couple of tips for Kristin and also Brett. I wanted to read these before. Cassie Nowlin says, Brett, just the tip, no set needed, sent $5.
Right on scene.
Dizzy by Nature sent $5 and said, I think I have to translate this. It says, give me a pun for Brent and I'll double it, which I think means give me a pun from Brett and I'll double it. So Brett, the gauntlet has been thrown. I think that's what that means. If you do a pun, you'll get $10 in addition to the $5.
I think the gauntlet was just thrown off a cliff. What did that?
What?
I'm saying like usually like for a gauntlet to be thrown that. All right, the phrase has meaning. I was saying the gauntlet was thrown
Game of Thrones
incorrectly.
background doesn't mean we all know all the rules of gauntlet throwing.
I mean, this is 20 minutes outside of Las Vegas. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so we also have an unpaid tip. An untipped comment from Rachel about Kristin's song saying, I heard that, angrily.
Yes, although Carmel didn't.
Ask Rachel how her rash is.
I will. But tips for Kristin. We have $15 from Donald Mellon for Kristin to lift the cursed. Let's see here. $15 from Cassie Nolan. You got me, Kristin! ! $15.39 from Robert Iwek. I don't know how to pronounce his last
Oh, wow,
name.
that hits me and
Slavic.
Mike there.
Slavic.
Yeah,
For Kristin, thank you.
giving props to Mike for that one, for his 39.
$20 Canadian, which is like $15 American. From Peter Amsel. Kristin, 5 for the rap. $15 from Courtney Smith for Kristin. What a killer song. Thank you, you legend.
Aw.
Was that that tip for the rap? Was it the rap around Steve's car, or the rap of I like it when you call me Big Popeyes? There's your pun. Okay, goodbye.
That's how you earn $10 right there.
By the way, if you wrap my car with a Popeyes logo, it will get broken into. People think there are chicken sandwiches in there. I'll have no chance.
$15 from Jan Johnson. Kristin, I just felt compelled to send you $15. Eerie.
It's so weird. We must be like it must be the spirits from Halloween.
Chris, what's funny about Mike is he also sells merch on this show, and at one point he set up a gift registry at Target for his new house, and people bought him stuff off the gifts registry. The dude's
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna get all kinds of scandalous. And I need a walk. What? Please don't send me a walk.
We also have some...
I got lots more, by the way. I got lots more.
Okay, cool. When you're done,
Courtney-
I got more on the Venmo, too.
Courtney Smith sent another $15. Said for Kristin, got to throw you another 15. Too damn brilliant. What?
Guys, keep going. Just read. Can you read in an Australian accent?
$10 came in from Fabricia Oliveira, one of my Italian brothers. For Kristin, loved the song. Steve will always be my favorite, though.
Aw, I love Steve too.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Me and Steve.
I wrap my car in that quote.
$15 from Zeb Palmer for Kristin. And then we also have 3 more incoming. A general from Jessica Kibble. Witches' curses always come in 3s. This is just in case. She sent $45 for the other 2 witches' curses.
nice. Thank you, Jessica.
Wow.
That's a game entry. This is for $5 Canadian For Kristin from Technics. Kristin, I've been cursed by your craziness, saved by your salaciousness, bent over backwards by your voluptuous beats. I'm so glad that said beats.
I know.
And,
I was like, what did I do when I was drunk?
and fooled by your guitar. Okay.
Well written tip.
By the way,
Thank
Jerry Stockton in the chat just said, "Gotta drop work calls. Thanks, all love this show," which we appreciate, Jerry. But I also read it quickly and thought you said walk calls, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's leaving interest in the walk."
Like he has that cursor who's hypnotized as a small shot over here is the word walk. He has to go make a stir fry. Just
It's that particular curse.
I have another general from Jennifer Story, $20. Don't forget to put Vaseline on the door handles for when you wrap Steve's car.
That was from Jennifer, and it was a general tip, so it was a general tip.
Ooh, another pun.
Do I get more money for us?
Is it-
That's how
is
Brett
this-
doubles his prize money.
Every pun, does it go up exponentially? Because Brett is going to make a fortune on this show.
Do we get to pick the product that we wrap Steve's car in? Because I'm just saying.
what about we put a shiwi on it. That'd be
Yeah.
How long would you drive around with a Shiwi car?
How much is Shiwi paying me? All right, we got some more stuff coming in. For Kristin, we got Matthew Plummer tipped $15 and said, "Damn it, Kristin, I don't believe in superstition." Lila threw in another $5 and said to make it even for Kristin. Dave Adler said, "Kristin, don't send you a wop." She said walk, Dave, walk.
Let me get this off my screen right now because there
right.
is.
That's what the shiwi is a wop.
It's a wop. Needs to wipe her wop.
A walk, that is a wet-ass vagina. So it's
That's
completely different. Okay, yeah, Kristin, you saved it just in time.
Taking
All
it
right.
up a notch. Yeah.
We've got some more stuff coming in. We got some generals here. Tam threw in $2 and said Turnabout's fair play, best show ever. Thank you, Tam.
Nice.
And actually, that matters more because if this one is the best show ever after yesterday's, then it was even better than yesterday's. So take that. Also, Andrea Gordon threw in $5 and said Steve's car needs the Glebe 2020 wrap. It should have gotten when Ben was running. It will annoy Ben because it'll be like a year after the election. Then also something that came in early this morning before we started, which is why we almost missed it, from Tesha Whitman. And she said, one of the things I wanted to do since SDSC started was pop the day's cherry with a decent donation, which she did. I'll get to it in a second. Said before the show even started, guess what? My tax return finally got here, and the comics today are pretty freaking awesome. Thanks for the laughs. And the tip is $200.
Whoa.
Nice. Thanks,
Wow.
Doing that long before any of us were awake.
That's so cool.
Very cool. Awesome. Thanks so much. Are we caught up?
We're all caught up on my end.
Brought up on my end.
All right. Let's get to him. He's sensual. Brett Druck, everybody. Whee!
A surprise intro. Long pause in between. He's sensual. Where'd that go? I was thinking if there would be a great product to have wipes that are for wops, and you could just call them wops. Okay. I had an embarrassing moment a little while ago. I was on a first date with a lady, and we were watching a movie. Right in the middle of the movie, I farted, but it wasn't just a regular fart. It was a fart that went up in tone, like a question. And I wasn't sure if she heard it or not. And then she leaned over. She was like, "I don't know." So, we got any fans of superheroes here tonight? Superheroes? Anybody?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite superhero? Let's go with Bowers. Bowers, who's your favorite superhero?
Oh, Spider-Man.
I was looking for Batman. Who else has a favorite superhero? Sean Elric.
Batman.
Batman. Oh my God, me too. That's crazy. I love Batman. I'm a big fan. He's my favorite superheroes, but I don't like the movies with him because they always try to make him as realistic as possible, and you can't do that with Batman. Like if Bruce Wayne were real, he would almost be awesome, but at the end of the day, he's a weird guy. Like if he was your good friend and you got you all together tonight, and he was like, "Hey guys, you're not going to see me anymore. I've decided to commit the rest of my life to tearing down the corrupt justice system that created my parents' killer. That's right. Every waking moment is to be spent training myself to become a one-man wrecking army. I'm going to become a symbol for change. I'm going to stand up for justice." You guys would be like, "Wow, Bruce, that's amazing." Until he was like, "Also, I'm a bat." You'd be like, "What did you just say?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a bat the whole time. I'll look like a bat, and I'll have weapons that are bats, and my car will be a bat." You're like, "Oh, Bruce, you're being weird. Just do the first part." He's like, "No, everything's a bat or I'm not doing it." He's a weird guy. A lot of people don't know this about Wolverine, but in the comic books, he's actually from Canada, but not French Canada, because you would definitely know that, because he would be like, "Magneto, you are not messing with the X-Men, boob. How you say, schling?" Right. I did a show once a while ago. A guy came up to me afterwards. He was like, "The voices were fantastic." I was like, "You hear them too?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" Okay. I've actually been hearing voices in my head recently, but the audio isn't very good, so it's super annoying. I'm like, does one of you have a fan on? Because I can't hear who's supposed to be the next Jesus Christ. Sometimes I'll go out with my friends who have normal jobs and aren't broke, and then it'll be time to pay, and I'll be like, "Oh, I forgot to have money." It's weird. It's weird doing stand-up for a living because it takes so long that you become friends with a lot of other comedians, and the lines between personal and professional kind of get blurred. Like 8 years ago, I did this open mic, and this comic came up to me afterwards, and he was like, "That was really funny." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's good at networking." And then we did shows and open mics together for like the next 6 years as often as we could. And we would talk afterwards, sometimes about comedy and sometimes about just other stuff. Like one time I opened up to him and I told him that my mom had multiple sclerosis. And so I spent a lot of time with her. And he told me that he had lost his mom a few years before we had met kind of suddenly, and how important it was that I was spending that time. And we kind of bonded, and I was like, wow, this guy's really good at networking. And then a few years later, when I was the best man at his wedding, and I was watching him walk down the aisle with his wife, I was like, I think this guy might be my friend. I met a cam girl recently, half girl, half camera. I think it was her lower half because her top half was definitely human. You know what's a weird way to trash talk somebody is to say you got served. I know people don't say that often, but it always struck me as weird when people did. I'm like, have you ever been to a restaurant? Being served is like a really nice thing. There's a whole industry around it. How is that trash talk? It's like, oh, this guy, I really took care of him. Every want and need. Yeah, he got served. My grandma always used to say, those who judge limitlessly, may they always have snacks. She had dementia. It's pretty sad. People will often say they'll say that what if God was a woman, like in a way of like there's this weird patriarchy and all these things are male. But I don't know if you've taken the temperature of the way that people react when things don't go their way towards God, and generally the misogyny that goes on around the world. That would be the worst thing for women. Do you know how bad that would be? People would be like, oh, a hurricane, somebody's on her period. oh, look, God's pregnant with her son. What a slut. It would be just the worst thing. All right. I'll leave you guys with my favorite joke. I have a lot of trouble being sexy. That's tough for me. I can't choose the right words when I'm trying to be sexy. I wanted to tell this woman once that I had very specific desires, but I ended up whispering, I have special needs. Thank you guys so much.
Brett Druck, everybody. Brett Druck.
Yeah.
Is, at their Brie Pie Druck. Make sure it looks like a pie. sign. Make sure to tip Brett. Tip jar is open top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube. Brett, by the way, Bowers wasn't saying that you were sensual. He was saying that you were an essential worker.
Is the E for electronic? Like I do, basically I'm a cam girl. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
you're essential worker.
No, it means you work at the grocery store, but you touch yourself while you do. So, by the way, weird segue here. Speaking of touching yourself, your joke where you were like looking for money like this is so much funnier not wearing a coat. Like tapping for your wallet.
It's also telling to see a guy who doesn't have money think he doesn't know where money would even go. He's like,
you keep money by your neck or on your boobs? Where do you keep money?
Trying to find quarters behind his ears. Is that
My uncle once he did that, so it must be back there.
The Adam West Batman. Good choice, Kristin.
Oh yeah,
he's
the one that I thought would be like, I'm dressing up. I'm Batman.
I once saw an open micer was doing a joke about having gay sex with a man, and at the end he pulled out, and I'm like, I don't think you have to do that. It's kind of the whole point. I don't know, but
People think that gay men can't get pregnant, but it's just their pull-out game is that good. You know? They have a 100% success rate, gay men, with their pull-out game.
Yeah, I was so confused because I didn't know if you're serious. I was like, I've seen so much gay male porn. I was like, oh no, they do. And so...
Also, Kristin, why?
Why?
Wait, what?
Why the gay male porn? I believe is what Steve is asking.
I mean,
Yes.
why ask why anybody watches what porn they're into? Like sometimes you're like just scrolling, and like you know how like Netflix
don't do that
is
with
like,
your fingers
if
while
you
you're
like
talking.
this,
Don't-
you might like.
Don't do that with your fingers while you're talking about this like this, Kristin. Don't be. I don't need to be. I don't want to.
Scrolling by.
Girl, stop it! I'm not here for your pleasure.
Scrolling by.
You know, and the porn tube says like, you know, if you liked that, maybe you'll like this, and you're like, I don't like that, and you're like, or maybe I do, and then next time you're like, I just want that.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering because you don't want half of it. Why do you want twice of it?
I'm in a married lesbian relationship. What I want on my phone has nothing to do with what I want under my quilt that me and my mom made.
I was genuinely curious. You were like, you were like.
I have such a wholesome life, and then I have this phone full of weird shit, and sometimes I like to watch two men who are having a wonderful time.
I just like the idea that you're like, oh, I don't like dick. Dicks, however.
No, I get what you're saying, Kristin, because the other day I was actually scrolling. I saw this weird porn, and I was like, I wouldn't be into that. But then I was like, oh, maybe that's kind of a hot little My Little Pony.
Steve, when you say that it's possible for someone to be like, they don't like one dick, but they like two dicks, would that technically make them a bisexual?
Oh shit!
You know, we got tips coming in on that.
Say tips coming in right now. Just say something else.
Nothing for me, bizarrely, even though I just fucking knocked it out of the park, grand slam.
They catch me scrolling. All right.
We got $10 for Brett from Courtney Smith. Brett, I love your work.
Thank you.
$10 Canadian from Peter Amsel. Brett, the voices are serving you well.
Real
Did
quick,
you guys hear that too?
Tam just
No,
put
there was a
in
fan.
the chat. You're bidicual. That's what it is.
Ridiculous. Cassie Nowlin from for Brett, $10. I forgot to have money regularly.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. It's not just me.
We also got a general from Heather O'Connor, $3. Steve, yesterday, I thought the last show was Saturday. Did you drive into a time warp 20 minutes outside of Vegas?
Well, I watched it yesterday.
That makes more sense. And that's all I got.
Steve, what you got?
I got stuff coming in here. We've got Dana with $15 for Brett. Said thanks for sharing your special needs with us.
Wait.
I say that to him every time we tour together.
You tour with Brett for the parking, right?
Oh my god.
What do you mean?
Holy fuck. All right, we have another $10 coming in. For Brett. There's fabulous for you and your clone. We've got Matthew Plummer, $15 for Brett because I'm still not superstitious. Kim Stewart, $15 Brett for your special needs.
Oh, I get it.
Ham, $10 Brett for your special needs. Amazing.
Show's over. We peaked. Everyone's packing in.
Holy shit. Gus Walsh, $10. You're great, Brett. And
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Jennifer Leese, good way to end a long day. First time watching. Thank you, Jennifer.
Awesome.
Welcome to the show.
It'll never be this good again.
It's usually weirder and less weird at the same time. I don't know.
Quit showing us your porn
Kristin.
fucking results.
Kristin, don't look now, but you've got two men behind you in leotards.
Batman and Twink? I mean, Robin?
Robin seems to have been shocked by something because his mouth is agape. Oh.
Batman and Robin.
Steve, agape. It is 2020. The word is a homosexual. I had 3 more tips come in for Brett. We had from Technics, $2 Canadian. Brett, great set and interesting scroll motion.
Thank you.
2 separate tips from Jessica Kibble. $50 for Brett. Big Sugar, Big Thug Brett.
Whoa,
And,
thank you. And I don't know what that means.
Another
big glove.
Big love. Big sugar, big love.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's her catchphrase.
Yeah, I thought she said. Did you say Big Sugar, Big Thug?
That's what it says in the comment.
She types thug so often.
Jessica also sent you another $10 and said, Santa loves you, Brett.
Oh, thank you.
We also had $10 from Cassie Nolan. Bowers with the line of the night.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Brett was hilarious as always. $5 from Jan Johnson. And I think this is for Brett because it's from Zeb Palmer, $10 for the parking.
I think that's for Bowers.
I think that's for, okay. I'll put it in the general.
Wait, what was the line of the night? No offense, Bowers, but
I said that they toured with Brett because of the parking. That was
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
You were too busy Googling astonished Robin.
Google it. She went into her search history.
finishing. That's what she was.
Yeah, I was clearing my browser again.
By the way, speaking of the weird scroll motion, I always found it strange that like, have you ever seen like some of the web pages? They don't do it as often, but some web pages the mouse is like this. Do you know what I mean? It's the little hand. I always found it really weird because when you click, you're supposed to do this, and it's like it's that.
You've never seen me use my phone.
What maniac? Like, oh, can I have one of those, please? Can I have that? making a pretty good case for better parking.
Oh God.
Jeremy in the chat just said, "Someday they'll figure it out."
Let's figure this out, guys. Let's just figure this out. I think if
That's also the
we
secret.
put our heads together, we can figure this out.
Yeah,
That's how I
the
solve
secret-
problems with my fiance.
That's the secret handshake to
it
lesbian
out.
Facebook, right there.
Are you engaged?
Yeah, it happened a while ago. We did not make a big thing of it.
Clearly.
And by a big thing of it, you mean tell people?
Yeah. I on an episode of Is This Anything with Brett Druck, I started a joke with my fiance, and all three of them were like,
Did you do
That's
it?
it?
At Zales?
Yeah.
Did you do it at Zales? Where'd you get engaged?
well, I specifically tailored it for my fiance because I knew that she didn't want anything in public. I knew that she didn't want me to get like all of her friends at a bar or anything, so I took us to a really nice hotel. It was close to Valentine's Day, and I arranged it so I made it seem like a friend of ours just gave us the fancy hotel as a gift. And then I had like roses in the room and stuff, and I proposed, and then we went to go see a show on Broadway. And then we got high in the hotel room and ate room service. And she said it was the perfect proposal for her.
Very
cool. We've been on tour together since then.
Yes. That's how not big of a deal I was making it.
You are aggressively chill.
Yes. I agree.
Oh.
I agree.
Was there some point where she was like, "Wow, it's crazy that this all worked out, and your friend just happened to give us a hotel room on that night"?
No, so no. At that point, I think she had figured out that it was not. But my friend, the whole premise was he's an actor and he lives in Pennsylvania. And so I said to him, I got this whole thing planned. I don't want to tip her off. She's a detective, so I really was covering my tracks. And so I was like, will you send me an email that says you're getting a hotel for shooting a thing in New York and that you're not going to use it and that I might want to use it as like a fun date idea, you know? And so on her way to the hotel, and I'm like in my suit and I'm like doing everything, she's like, you know what? Jared's friend is really nice for giving us this hotel room. We should watch some of his movies or something. She's like scrolling through his IMDb. You know, this is how successful of a ruse it was. She had no idea.
I think it's sad that you know she's going to break into your email, but that's neither here nor there.
That was not for that. So I could show
You
her.
send me a
just in
fake
case.
email so when she breaks in because she has all my passwords,
That was if I-
doesn't think I'm cheating on her. Like, well, that
You're
might
like,
be a red
also,
flag.
just a
but
heads
hey,
up, this
if you
isn't
want to get
encrypted
married, what do I
line.
know? I've only been divorced twice. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
So make sure not to text this to me because she'll know. So we can only do this on WhatsApp where it's an encrypted line. You guys want to? Oh wait, we have a couple more things coming in before we do the game. Joseph Snyder threw in $15 and said those hand gestures are making me laugh. He gets that all the time.
Also, you could just make me laugh with a hand gesture.
Lilith tipped $31.40, said for Brett to never do another pun ever. And all I have left now is for the game.
All right.
I got two more late coming tips. One for Kristin from Chris LaBelle Music. $5. Kristin, careful doing a running motion with that background. With Throbbins expression, it sends a whole different message. And
Eat it, Robin. Eat it.
Wait, you put the fist in the mouth? I didn't understand how any of this works.
and another $20 for Brett from Jessica. Brett is much taller in person, she says.
Oh. Do I look short today?
He'd have to be.
Yeah.
Well, if you're watching on your phone, you're like 2 inches tall.
All right. Are we ready for the game?
Let's play the
Oh,
game.
I'm ready for the game.
Let's get to this
Sweet.
game.
All
So
right,
it's
so the
been a
game
movie.
today. Reminder: the game today is Ben a movie. So put Ben's name or anything about Ben into some sort of movie title. And do we have any? First of all, Jared, do you have any? Do we have any chat ones that you wanted to read?
Yeah, I had a couple. Two from Marissa Francis. She had Carmel, where's my car? And she had the Glebe fellas. I like both
Nice.
of those.
Nice.
Chris LaBelle Music for when Steve was in Ben's house, Ben's Labyrinth.
Are you reading ones that are
Unpaid.
okay?
Yeah.
Just check. All right, just checking.
Mm-hmm. And Werner de Jong sent on the unpaid Ben Does Dallas.
That's cute.
Nice.
All right, so now we're gonna do front row, right?
Yep.
All right, Chris LaBelle.
All right. I have Apollo 11. I have instead of the man who stares at goats, the Ben who stares at globes. And then I have no company for old Ben. You hear that, Carmel?
Because she'd be old too.
Oh, sorry. All right, now we got Leedy.
I just have two. I have Benjamin has way too many buttons.
Well done.
Ben Knobs, thanks Taylor. And Ben Knobs and broomsticks.
Nice.
Wonderful. Let's go to Courtney Smith.
Okay, I have Gleephog Day. When Ben gets stuck in a loop and he has to keep selling his stuff again and again and again, and Carmel never hears him.
Cool.
All right, is that it?
Nice.
Okay. Let's go to Tamchel G.
I have see no Ben, hear no Ben.
That's today.
Oh my God.
Ben no evil. 10 Bens I hate to view. That stupid fucking filter. And around the world in 180 prop globes.
Nice.
All right, Z Bunster.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
I have Ben, you know, the movie about the rats.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, and Dave Adler.
Okay, so I've got, well, first, Steve, definitely get your rental insurance, because that's a very good $5 spent right there. So the three I have for Ben, I have I am Ben instead of I am Sam.
Nice.
Nice.
Nacho Glebra. And then Ben and the Real Girl, because Carmel stopped hearing it.
All right, is that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, August Gus.
Hey, I have the Irish Ben, baby Ben Driver, and Idiocracy Test. That's all I got.
That's a really good one. All right, Sean, you're up. Sean Ehrlich.
All right, I have the Vintage Lady and the Tramp.
Nice.
A few good Bens.
Nice.
And Cab Ben in the Woods. And that's
Smart,
it.
smart. All right, Jennifer Story.
Hello. I've only got one today. I got waiting for Ben to show up to sound.
Goddamn right.
All right, Brian. What you got, Brian?
All right, I have one as well. It's the James Bond film, Never Say Never, Ben.
All right, and that's the front row. Do we go to the super chats?
Yep.
Okay. Amina Saleh. How to lose an election in 10 days.
10 months, but accurate.
Cassie Nolan, Attack of the 50-Foot Vintage Woman.
Nice.
Another one from Cassie, The Miracle Worker, Ben helps Carmel hear that.
Nice.
Victoria Scatoreggio, Around the Bend in 80 Days, and The Mask of a Ben Zorro.
Nice.
Another entry from Amina, Ben Glebe and the Chamber of Secrets, the chamber being a euphemism for Carmel's you know.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hope you didn't hear that, Carmel.
Oingo Boingo, long last name, sent Ben's Labyrinth, his house full of props. Another one from Oingo Boingo, Arda Glebe Intelligence. Good dick. You hear that, Carmel. And looks like the last... Oh, wait, we might have two more. FJB sent the never-ending rant, all unquiet on the Western Front, and Carmel knowledge.
Carmel knowledge.
Holy shit.
And that's it. That's it for the game entries.
I've got a couple.
Except for what?
I've got...
On Venmo. No, I don't mean mine. There are still some Venmos. So Jeremy Day put in Never Been Kissed. Which, by the way, I thought when I first read it, it just said never been kissed, and I was like, oh, that's funny, because that worked also. Jeremy Day also put in Bennett like Beckham. Shannon Savage had a couple. $1 Million Baby Ben. 101 of Glebe's Globes. And the curious case of the Benjamin Glebe 2020 election button. And Andrea Gordon had face off and on and off and on again.
We still got a couple in the front row who didn't raise their blue hand. Guys, raise your hands for those who need to.
All right, Jan.
I just have one.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars: Rise of the Glebe.
And did you say there was another one?
I think Tom's got to say that.
Tom, what's up, Tom?
So I had No Country for Stoned Ben.
Mexico.
That's also what happened in the election. All right, Tom, you had another one?
Beauty in the Glebe.
I like it. All right, is that everything? Any other hands? Any other entries?
All right, time to vote.
Great. What? Got
What?
Okay, so it's time to vote. All right, so I liked a lot. I like Benjamin has way too many buttons was really good. See no Ben, hear no Ben. Ben, you know the movie about the rats. Nacho Gleber really made Ben Driver. Waiting for Ben to show up was good. Carmel knowledge. This is really good. I think I gotta go with How to Lose an Election in 10 Days. So that's my vote. I like How to Lose an Election in 10 Days. That is my favorite one. Brett, what was your favorite?
My favorite is also actually How to Lose an Election in 10 Days. I think that was the winner for me. Now, do I? If I have one, do I wait till the end?
Second. We'll get you in just a second.
Okay.
Kristen, what was your vote?
I had a couple favorite. I really liked Face Off and On and Off and On. But the one I wrote down was How to Lose an Election in 10 Days. It was...
Whoa.
Very good. All right, Jarrett.
You know, I mean, it looks like How to Lose is going to run away with it. I was torn between 10 Bens I Hate to View and Idiocracy Test. But I'll officially vote for Idiocracy Test.
All right, Steve.
I gotta say, my vote is also for Idiocracy Test. So How to Lose does not run away with it, but it still wins. How to Lose an Election in 10 Days. Nicely done.
Claim your prize. Brett, you said you had one or two?
Oh, yeah. No, just one. Jewy Maguire. I'm waiting this whole show.
Kristen,
if you, by the way, still make that catch line, show me the money, I'm gonna be so upset. This is how upset I was. Catchphrase, yes.
Yeah, I got a few. I've got The Invisible Ben, The Soundcheck Story. Gleeping Las Vegas. And the story of a younger, thinner Ben. Remember the tight bins.
That is awesome. Jared, you have any?
I do. This one I just like because of the sound of it. It doesn't really mean anything. Double indemniglebe. There's of course the famous Western high noon. Mine is high by noon.
It's not up yet.
And then let's see here. Not even close to becoming an American president.
Loving this.
And lastly, Mr. Glebe does not go to Washington.
Steve, you got any? How many you got? I played with. I've got like 6, I think. 1, 2.
I've got a bunch, so we can go back and forth, and then I'll do the rest.
All right, sounds good. You want to start?
Yeah. Okay. So the Ben commandments, and all of them are: you shall not throw anything away.
And chitty chitty Ben.
The classic Ben Gary, Ben Ross.
Which followed the double feature of 12 Angry Bens.
Robin Hood, Prince of Glebes.
Late Men Out.
Also late Ben out. I have the classic workout film, Ben's of Steel.
Dial Ben for murder with pasta.
Instead of Gentle Ben, I have Mental Ben.
Mo Bento.
SEAL Team 6, the raid on Osama bin Laden.
I've got a nice one, National Treasure.
Oh, very nice. Was that your last one?
No, I've got 2 left.
Is that because Nicolas Cage has been in him too?
Yes.
I've got That Was Ben, This Is Now.
So after the nice one, I did the nice one, so I can do the mean one. Almost Famous.
You have one more, right?
I have one more, yes.
All right, I have Operation Dumbo Prop.
My last one is Eternal Sunshine of the Cluttered Desk.
And my last one, and I didn't do a nice one to let me get away with this, and that's the difference between me and Bowers. This is the documentary about Glebe Off the Top, The Never-Ending Story.
Very cool. All right. Well, Ben's not here to sing the song, so I will. It's Leedy Doodle time. It's Leedy Doodle time. It's Leedy Doodle time. She draws her jokes and we makes us laugh. Go.
Love it. I have, oh yeah, by the way, I'm engaged. I wasn't expecting that. This is what Ben is busy doing. He's swearing in on the Jay Leno book. Then, someone with fake tits should believe a little more in science. Then, things I hate about you, Globe 1, Globe 2, Globe 3.
And did you make the mouse pointer a middle finger?
Yeah.
Good eye.
Wait, what do you mean?
Hey, that was me.
That was you. It's bad or nothing. Driving the Air Canada van off a cliff.
Ow! It'll finally land.
Or fly.
The audience reacting to Kristin's song with zero knowledge of SDSC.
Oh, that's just me at every show.
Cam girl Brett. Here's Kristin saving the Taco Bell. That's really important. I aspire to have those priorities. Hottest girl on the East Coast, very sensitive.
That's his dick.
What?
Can you narrate all of them for me?
Oh my god.
Shiwi car. She drew the Shiwi car, y'all.
Oh my god.
And Steve loves it.
I do, but ironically, with that car, I wouldn't be able to drive in tunnels.
But you could drive with funnels.
Here's the chicken chasing the car. This was pre-Shiwi, by the way. Pre-wee, if you will.
Pre-wee.
And then here's Ewan Throbbing.
I put my fingers in Throbbin's mouth.
And the last one I have is just scrolling.
Put my fingers in my own mouth. Put my fingers so many mouths today.
Let your fingers do the scrolling. All right.
I'm gonna put them in Glebe's mouth.
Oh, wow. Well, we did it. We made it through an episode without Ben or Rachel.
Wait, do we have anything to
I can't
catch
believe
up on?
that just happened. That was so surreal.
That was great.
We got a couple of generals. Queen Jarrett, do you have anything?
Yeah, I do. Courtney Smith sent me $10 and said, "Congrats on the engagement and good on you for being aggressively chill."
Nice.
And Brett got another £5 from Stephen Burks. Does Brett have headgear to help with the parking? Is that his handicap?
How did he know that I park head first?
And that's all I got.
Oh my god.
All right, I got a couple more. I have Marissa Merrick tipped $10 for General, $5 for Kristin. Said I can't wait to watch a show later after work and dropping off my ballot that was completed with the I'm a Hooker pen.
Still, I'm a hooker pin sometimes. And I have them in stock.
I'm so glad that has context.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, and I have some in stock, but I always like make the price too high for people to pay because I don't have that many. So I'm like, yeah, for like $50, you could have one ink pen. And sometimes people pay that. They're like, I want a hooker pin. I'm like, okay. I got them from National Pins.
$10 coming. $10 coming in from Andrea Gordon. It says $5 for Kristin because I only care about Rachel's rash. Screw the guys. $5 for Brett. I hate that they're mean to you. As a matter of fact, I have 2 tickets to the Hollywood Bowl next week. Want to go with me? Bring your thingy. Parking's a bitch.
When you say thingy.
And
She meant your placard, not your dick.
Oh.
He calls his dick his placard, so this is really confusing.
Hey, when were they mean to me?
Frank also tipped a late $20 and said, split between comics. Sorry I missed most, and I will rewatch.
Nice.
We highly recommend it, Frank. This was the best episode ever.
Are we caught up?
Yeah, that's all I got.
I think so, but you know what? Here, it's gonna take me a second to do this. So
Okay.
Go,
Well,
go to the
Brett,
next thing.
Brett, where do we find you out in the world? What's your social media? I guess right behind you. But
Brett Druck at everything. Brett Pie Druck. No, that's 2 T's. But most of all, subscribe to our podcast that I have with Jared and Rob Ryan and Anthony Kapfer. It's called Is This Anything? You can find it on YouTube or you can listen to on podcast stuff. But yeah, we need to get our subscriber count up. So please go to our YouTube page and subscribe and watch, because the people have really been enjoying it. So that would be great.
Very cool. We'll see you next time, Brett. Really appreciate it. Kristin,
Thanks so
where do we
much.
find you at?
Hey, I'm at KristinKey.com, and I've got a show on Monday. It's called Mad Mondays. I do a Mad Lib with a comedian. On Friday, I go live, and then I have a new podcast out called Kristin Knows Blank. It comes up every Wednesday, and you can find that anywhere you find your podcasts. And all the info is on my website.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much. We will see you next time very soon. Steve, are you ready for your thing yet?
He's still muted. So I actually just got a late tip.
Okay.
I got a late tip from Melinda Maddox, sent us $5. No comment or anything. Just wanted to shout out Melinda. Thanks so much for the tip.
All right. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Steve's still working on stuff.
Do we need to vamp more for Steve?
Oh, here you go.
Looks like he's about
Unmute
ready.
yourself, Steve. You're muted.
I'm trying to figure out how to show this fucking video. Here, I think the only thing I can do is this way. Hopefully you guys can see it on camera enough. Now that I don't live there.
Oh, you didn't tell me it was a fat budget chicken. It looks delicious.
This is him singing also.
Holy crap.
I'm gonna put the whole thing in the Facebook group, I promise, okay?
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well,
Oh my
God. Brett, thanks so much for being here. Audience, you were amazing yet again. Thank you for coming out in force. I love the Rachel takeover. You guys are great. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have a show. We'll see you tomorrow. We are taking election day off, so that's one good thing. We're taking election day off, but we're going to be here Wednesday to either party our asses off or talk you fuckers off the ledge, whichever one we need to do. So, but we'll be here for you on Wednesday after the election. But we got 1 week left. Let's get this shit done. Give your money, vote, get out there, do what you need to do. We're going to make this happen. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Jarrett, anything you got catch up on before you get out of here?
No, that's everything. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Subscribe to this just in.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Or most likely on Wednesday, we'll be here to be like, well, we don't know yet.
I'll probably. I'm predicting a landslide, but that's okay. So hey, it's been great. Good show. Thanks so much. Was best show ever. I mean, the anti-Ben show was better than the anti-Steve show, I will say. I'm kidding. They were both great. You guys are always great. We're having a good time. I'll see you tomorrow.
That has been Hedging Your Bets with Chris Bowers. As for me, I'm doing a show on Thursday, a live show from a hotel room much more than 20 minutes outside of Las Vegas. I think by then I'll be in Texas. It should be a lot of fun. And I just want to close with this. Jared and I are obviously good friends, and yet I did not know he was engaged. And he just texted me after the chicken thing and said, "Did you sell your place?" Yeah, Jared, sometimes when news happens, friends tell each other. So yes, I did sell my place.
Did your place say, let's keep this on the down low, let's not tell a lot of people?
You told everybody.
Sorry you can't have the wedding that you're apparently going to have at my place now. But seriously, Jared, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
To both of you, even though I think if someone said don't tell people we're engaged, I might take that as a bit of an insult, but you do.
I'll say yes, but just to you. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah, but just to you.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I understand.
I'm putting you down. That's what I'm putting down.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I know. I get it.
All right. Anyway, you guys were a ton of fun. Thank you for all the support. This was great. What day of the week is it?
It's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We have a show tomorrow. Everyone's back, I think. I will be at the side of the road somewhere because I'm not going to make it to my destination in time, I don't think. So I will either be the side of the road or I will just be taking it as an audio call and chime in. We'll see. Hopefully I get enough service because I'll be in the middle of fucking nowhere. And if I could just leave you with one thing, it is... No, you tow you. You tow you.
You tow you.
What's wrong with your car?
Are we clear? Wait, did Ben just come in?
Ben just popped in. This is...
Oh no.
And we literally just signed off. That's hilarious.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry that I'm late for sound check. I hope it's going to be a great show. I'm kidding. It's the end of the show. It's a really fun time. Also, quick reminder, you can see me doing the Never-Ending Story this Saturday night. Comedy Club. Night. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yay, Dad.